Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Emily. I'm with Tyler's marketing team, and I'll be helping out on the back end today. I'm here to introduce today's webinar, Breaking Down Data Silos. And before we jump in, I just have a few housekeeping items for you all. The first thing is that you will notice that your microphones are muted today. This is to help minimize distractions for our presenters. Additionally, if you have any questions, please use the questions box here in GoToWebinar. I'll be keeping an eye on those throughout the presentation, and we'll get back to you, if not during the webinar, then at the Q&A section at the end of the presentation. And finally, we do have a survey that will pop up when you leave the presentation. If you could just take a moment to answer just a couple questions for us, we really appreciate your feedback. And now to introduce today's panelists. Joining us today is Bill Westerman, who is our Director of Integration Solutions here at Tyler Technologies, and GP Singh, the CEO of Bytecurve. Take it away, Bill.
All right, thank you, Emily. So a little bit about my background. I've got experience in the K-12 student transportation market with stints at Everyday Solutions, Synovia, and CalAmp. I joined Tyler in May of this year, and I'm Director of Integration Solutions and responsible for the Tyler's onboard iPass solution, which we'll be talking about today. GP?
Yeah, hello, good afternoon or good morning, depends on where you guys are. Everyone, my name is GP Singh. Very easy to remember my name. We talk about GPS all day long, so hard to forget my name if you keep it in mind. I got about 20 plus years of experience as well, like Bill, in the industry. I worked on the operations side for most of my career, worked with the contractor companies like Laidlaw, First Student, Durham School Services, and have played different roles and in different capacities. And now I am the founder and CEO of company Bytecurve, and we're going to be talking more about our solution today as well. Thanks, Bill.
All right, next slide. And by the way, there are some slides in this webinar, but GP is going to do a live demo, so stay tuned. All right, so I'm talking about data silos. Point one here, there's a lot of standalone data in most organizations, including school transportation departments and school bus contractors specifically, which is the focus of this webinar. Using manual processes and spreadsheet interfaces are not real time, easy to manage, or secure. There must be a better way. The second point here, for years, we at Tyler have heard requests from customers and partners about having an effective way to share data. Over 4 years ago, we started developing an integration platform as a service, which we call Onboard. This enables us to provide data access that's timely, accurate, auditable, secure, and scalable. Scalable from the standpoint of working with really any size organization, district, or school bus contractor, and scalable from the partner standpoint in terms of making it easy to add on customers. And point three, what's the benefit of integrated solutions to school districts and school bus contractors? They get the ability to access real-time historical data while ensuring that student data is timely and secure, and the result is direct access to insights that drive better decision-making. Next slide, please. So data siloed or truly integrated? What's the benefit of integrated solutions to school districts and school bus contractors? They get the ability to access real-time data, historical data, ensuring that data is accurate, secure, and driving decision-making. These are some examples here of vendors who are providing subsets of a total solution. With Tyler's onboard iPass, we can empower partners to connect data sets to provide truly integrated solutions. And this solution works for an organization of any size, big or small, at any location across the US and Canada. Next slide, please. So, data by itself has limited value. It's when someone starts to use it that takes on meaning and provides value to users and others. And connected data sets provide exponential benefits. On the lower part of this slide, there's examples of other technologies and applications that we are in the process of integrating with Onboard. I'm interested to hear from members of this webinar, school districts, school bus contractors, partners on use cases and data silos that need to be connected. Today, we're going to focus on a presentation on Bytecurve and their dispatch and time management solution. So now on to the main event, and I'll pass the controls over to GP.
All right, thank you, Bill. And I'm not sure how many of you have heard about our product. So you might say, why Bytecurve, right? So let me start with that. When I started, I'm going to go back in the past about 20 years. Started in the industry. There used to be only two things on the school bus. There used to be a camera system, which typically was a DVD operated, where, or sorry, those are disc operated, where if somebody wanted to view the video, you take those out and basically check on that. And the second thing, which house, like other than the body of the bus itself, the second piece of it used to be the child check, and that used to be managed by play cards at the back of the bus. When driver would finish the child check, they'll go back and turn that placard at the back saying, I did my child check. So those were the two things, and life seemed pretty simple at that time. And but now, for a minute, I want to go back to this slide which Bill had shared. All this technology is on the bus now. It's like our in our other lives, like Tesla cars and other electric cars. Even the bus, there has been an evolution, and the whole purpose has been to improve the efficiency of the operations, getting to kids to school on time, and most importantly, safely. All of these solutions have been designed and implemented with that in mindset. But what has happened is, with all this lot of data coming in here, it's hard to still parse out a useful information, okay? Because it's hard to look at 100 dots on the map with a GPS about, okay, where all the buses are. You want to know about the exception. The time is money for everybody. Everybody's crunched for time. There are issues coming from all sides, especially in the world of transportation, and you want to be proactive in actually finding out and proactively looking at what the issue is, and I should be able to solve that. So we looked at all the technologies which are available in the market, and we came to the conclusion that this is a gap, this is a missing piece in order to truly bring everything together to help you, enable you to do your job more efficiently. So that's why Bytecurve was evolved, and we're going to talk more about that. But this wouldn't have been possible without the whole backbone and support of the iPass solution, which is obviously a game changer for products like us, which came from Tyler. Okay. Now, what is Bytecurve? So typically you see on this, there are routing, Tyler has to offer Versatrans, Traversa, different solutions for that, and they're very good solutions in what they do. They are great planning solution. That's where to plan your routes. You also have a lot of technology on the buses now, like a GPS and the tablets and other things, which are sending you a lot of information at literally on the seconds, right? But if you still have to think about the practical use case, if the bus is running late somewhere, you still have to wait for the call from the parent or from the school to tell you my bus is not here. And then typically the model is you will go look in the GPS side, and if you use geotab, and look on the routing side, which kid is on which route, and then you connect the dots, telling the customer about what's going on. So I call it the planning systems. After the planning is done, your daily work, where you are managing the exceptions and changes and everything else, still the predominant uses of Excel sheets and Google Sheets. And they work great for that day, for that minute, for you to resolve the issues. But come tomorrow or next day, the firefighting starts all over again. Okay. So what we have offered here is scheduling and dispatch system, which comes right sit in the middle of all the different solutions coming together. We integrate with routing system, and the first step we enable you to is set up the schedule for the people. You just want to know which driver will be doing what and which bus will be doing what. Now, routing is only giving you a route data. You might have a field trips going on, which also can come from a Tyler field trip module, but you may have a bus washing, you may have a yard work, you may have driver safety meetings. There could be different things happening, and you want all of that schedule to be in one place. So we enable you to set that up by tying it connectly to the routing data itself. So dispatch is where rubber meets the road, where the daily basically management of the operations happen. If for any reason driver doesn't show up, you figure out who else is available. Bus is down because of pre-trip maintenance or pre-trip check. You want to swap the bus, we enable you to do that. You need to break apart the route, we enable you to do that. But most importantly, the dispatch works like an airline terminal. What does that mean? As I mentioned, typically you have to wait for the call from the parent. When you get the call, my bus is not here. And then you go back and look, oh, the bus never left the yard. And why it never left the yard? Because driver even didn't show up. So by the time you receive the call from the parent, the bus is not there, it's too late. You are now reacting to the crisis, So dispatch dashboard, the way it works is we are connected, as I mentioned, to the routing data. We are connected to the GPS data, and we pull data every few seconds. And we automatically update for you like an airline terminal. If the drivers are late for work, it will have a red status. If the bus is late for yard departure, that route will have a red status. If the bus is late for yard return, it'll have a red status. So anything which is an exception, if you know the bus didn't leave the yard on time, obviously it's going to be late on the route itself. So you can be proactive in taking those steps. Okay. How do you know drivers are clocking in or clocking out? Drivers can clock in and out using a tablet on the wall. They can also use a mobile app, their cell phone, to clock in or out. Now, mobile app also checks where you're clocking in and out from. If you're not there where you're supposed to be, it can be configured to not allow that. If you use any tablets on the buses like Tyler Drive or any other tablets, our app can be established on those as well, and where people can clock in and out using that. You don't have to pre-decide whether to use which mechanism for clock in and out. Drivers can choose whichever is in front of them. They all are interconnected. Most important is the moment they clock in or out here, dispatch sees that Johnny is here now. I don't have to worry about that route anymore. Okay. The last piece is a necessary evil, and I have not come across a single transportation department where people say, oh, that's no problem, that's easy to do, which is the whole payroll side of it. Okay, this is one of the industry where in spite of it's not being the largest or anything big, but it's one of the unique payrolls. Every location is different, every district is different. You might have some places you might be paying a minimum 3-hour guarantee in the mornings, 3 hours in the afternoon. Some places you might be paying 5-hour minimum guarantee for the day. Yeah, some places field trip and extra work is part of the guarantee, some places it's not. Some places you might be paying different pay rates for different things. And even if your district uses some kind of generic timekeeping systems like Chronos or others, I have seen majority transportation departments still rely on Excel sheets and Google Sheets to handle all these different permutations, combinations. Our software is built for school bus industry, and we are well suited to calculate all of that automatically. We calculate all your guarantees, we calculate all your overtime, and we connect with whatever payroll system your district is using. Okay, so that completes the whole cycle, and none of this is possible without the backbone and framework of systems like iPass. There is like, you could be hosted on, you could be a Tyler customer where you are self-hosted for Versatrans. You could be hosted Versatrans in the cloud. You could be using Traversa. It does not matter to us. So what happens is Tyler collects all that data into their main iPass platform. Earlier, it used to be a big problem. We had to connect with different instances, going through different your firewalls, talking to your IT people. None of that is needed anymore. We connect to the iPass platform of Tyler. Tyler connects with all of your different routing systems, and the whole thing is very secured, streamlined, and truly enables products like ours to really provide the value. Okay. Moving on from this, this is just another snapshot to show you how the dispatch fits in between routing and between GPS. I'm going to move to a little bit small demo here for you, just to give you an idea of what the product looks like. Hey, Bill, can you confirm for me you're seeing the different our Bytecurve screen now?
Yes, I see your dispatch screen perfectly.
Perfect. Thank you. So this is a dispatch dashboard where I'm pulling a live data from one of our locations. Our smallest customer is 15 bus customer. Our largest customer is 20,000 bus customer. So it does not matter to us. We have a ton of customers. You can go to your respective location here. I'm showing you September 28th, which is live data for today. You want to know what happened on March 3rd. No need to chase different spreadsheets, no need to chase different sticky notes. You can literally click on that date and entire data will be in front of you. Now on the left side, you can see your name of your tasks. Now 90% of these will be your route numbers, which actually automatically gets built based on the route data. But it's a full timekeeping system as well. So you can have a standby person on it. You can have an hourly mechanic on it or a training person on it. But as I said, majority of these are route numbers. This is the employee assigned to the task. Okay, so whatever it comes from the schedule automatically, whichever person is assigned to the schedule will automatically get populated depending on day of the week. So today is Thursday in a week. So whatever supposed to happen on Thursday of the week, this will get populated. This shows whether it's an AM route, a PM route, or a midday route. This shows what kind of pay code it is. These pay codes will be your pay codes. This drives your guarantees, this drives your different pay rates, all of the other stuff which you need to take care of for the payroll purpose gets taken care of right here. And that's a difference in our system because we attach that to the task upfront. Everything then the payroll side of it, everything becomes seamless and streamlined and easy. This is the vehicle assigned to the task. It's only needed for the driving task. For non-driving tasks, this is not needed. This is their scheduled clock in time. This is the actual clock in time. Scheduled yard departure, actual yard departure, scheduled yard return and the actual, and scheduled clock out and the actual. All the scheduled times come from your schedule. The actual clock ins and actual clock outs comes from any one of those three clocks we talked about. Okay, actual yard departure and yard returns are coming from your GPS, and this screen gets automatically refreshed. Like you saw that blue circle coming up, it automatically refreshes in as early as 30 to 40 seconds. Red here means problem. Okay, anything in red means problem. So if person is due for clock in, that will always be on the top of the pile because the dispatchers really don't care what somebody is getting paid, when is something happening. All they care for is person showing up or not. If the person is not showing up, that's a big issue for them. Now they have to figure out if all the standbys have already been assigned. In progress means life is good. Don't worry about it at all. Things are running well. And when things get done, they move to completed status here automatically. So let's take a look. Route 4207A today was done by Ronald. Ronald came to work at 5:53, left the yard at 6:12, came back at 8:35, and clocked out at 8:45 today. So technically, everything went as planned for this 4207A today. You don't even have to touch anything, and everything got updated automatically. Not only that, you can come here and also see what Ronald did today. These are all the stops which we would pull in from Versatrans or Traversa routing system. The scheduled times will come from the routing system. The actual time comes from the GPS. And these time gets updated in almost near real time as the bus is moving through the route. You can click on it. The red are the stops, the blue is the path of the bus, and we assign geofences to every stop automatically as the bus is as the stops are being pulled. Now stop number 12, we didn't pick the actual time. The answer is obvious in front of you because the bus never went there. Okay, so this information is at your fingertips. No need to now look at multiple systems to get to an answer. It's right in front of you. Okay. uh, what if driver does not show up for whatever reason today, right? So simply come here, you click on this just like an Excel sheet, right? You click in the cell of the Excel sheet. Here you click in on our screen. Then it becomes editable. You see if Fernando is out today, then who else is available? Anybody with the green star means they are doing something else. It could be anything. It could be bus washing. It could be another route. It could be field trip. You can see that. Anybody without green star means they are available. If I replace Fernando with Eswin today because he's available, you pick a reason why Fernando was out, more for your tracking purpose, and hit save. And this change will be only for today. Eswin will go to any of the clocks, clock in and out, and he'll get paid. Fernando's will be back on this route tomorrow automatically. If the bus is down for maintenance, you swap the bus here as well. Okay. Now you can come here and 9 out of 10 times you may not have anybody available. So you simply come here and what do you do in that case? You do route break apart. You can break apart the route at the tier level if you want. This is only a single tier route, or you can break it apart at the stop level as well here. And you can see, okay, in the AM, what other route is going to that specific school. You can filter on that, attach all these stops to this route. You can add a brand new route. You can add an employee to that, vehicle to that, and manage it that way. Okay. If the employee is going to be out for a few days, you don't have to do it every day. We have this calendar feature where you can add an employee event for absence and assign an alternate employee, and also put it depending on which days he's going to be there or not there. You can choose what to do with that. Okay. Now, coming on to this, if you get a last minute request for a new task or something like that, you simply come here, you add an employee task, you pick what kind of work it is. Is it an extracurricular work, or some kind of somebody has to go for a drug test, or any of those pay codes you pick the time here, then you pick here when is that going to happen. Let's say 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Now, if you're setting up a safety meeting or something, you can just select all and add safety meeting for everybody. If you're adding 4 people have to go for drug test, you can add 4 people here and they can go for drug test. Okay. And if you pay a different pay rate for drug test, system will automatically take care of everything for you. Okay. If people forget to sign in or out, you can simply come here. You can manually sign them in and out. Okay. Also, if you have an early outs or late start today, okay, you have a snow day or anything like that, you can come here and say early out or late start. You can pick whatever time window it is going to change to. Obviously, you want to happen only for the PM routes today. And the moment I move them here and hit update, all your routes drivers' scheduled clock in time, clock out time, yard departure time, stop time, school arrival times. Everything will get moved today by 60 minutes or 30 minutes window, whatever you've applied just for today. Come tomorrow, everything will be back to normal. You want to know where all your routes are, you can hit locate buses here. It'll show you the buses running late, buses running on time, or buses which are like currently probably I think this district is in between routes, so all the buses are parked at their depot. Otherwise, you will see them here in the red, green, or yellow color depending on the situation. Okay. We also have the on-time performance is of huge importance in our industry, but it's definitely not an easy answer to get to. Okay, you can come here and you can pick on the report here, say, okay, which buses are running early, which buses are running on time, which buses are running late. Okay, you can pick whatever time window you want here. You can run it for last 7 days, month to date, year to date, previous month, whatever you want. Okay, you can also pick a threshold here. This is with the 5 minutes late. What if I want to pick a 10 minutes late window is acceptable? You see, from 21%, now I'm down to 7.3% late. You click on this because the next thing is, okay, I want to see by school, early, on time, late. Okay, you can see by school here. Then once you've figured out the school here, your next question is going to be, all right, I want to know which routes go to that specific school and which ones are running late. So this first route 422A is late all the time. Okay, you want to know why is that? You click on this, you will see the date, the school, the employee who's driving it, what time they were supposed to leave the yard, and what time they left the yard, because that's the only thing you can control. Once the bus is on the route, there's not much you can do about it. So it's interesting, the bus has been leaving the yard a little bit early or on time every day, but still getting to the yard a little bit late, school a little bit late every day. That means it's probably a route problem, and that's where you will go back and adjust the things in Versatrans or Traversa system, whichever you're using, and then everything will flow normally. All the reports in the platform are exportable to Excel, CSV, PDF, whatever you want. Okay. So typically the dispatcher's job is making sure people clock in, people clock out every day, and if there are, let me see if anybody has clocked out late. So if people clock out late or something, our clocks allow, if people are clocking in early, you want to stop them, you can stop them. If they clock out late, it asks for a reason. Okay, so look at this person, he should have clocked out at 9:21 but clocked out at 9:44. You can clearly see he must have left a reason here, fueling. So because of the fueling, he clocked out late, and you can see that reason right here for you. Okay. After all the people is done, I'm not going to go into the details of the payroll side in this demo today, but the whole idea is we verify the hours. After the verify the hours are done, we calculate the guarantees for people. We calculate the overtime for people. And then what we do is we build an integration back to your payroll system in exactly how it needs to go. The entire system is driven by the configuration here, but you see that here, let me pull up a different district here. What we do is, this is a Versatrans customer. This is all is needed. What we do is we put this description here. We say that, is it a Versatrans or is it a Traversa here? We just mention that here, who the customer is. We have some credentials here, and that's it. That's exactly it, and we are connected, and this whole thing lights up. Same thing we do on the GPS side, and this whole thing lights up and starts. You can start using it to manage your operations. I think I'm going to stop here this for the demo here. one thing I can show you is how the integration works with the routing. For example, all you have to do is come here. If you had just say refresh existing runs, you can pick the runs, you can select all and move them here and hit refresh. All your changes from the routing system are brought onto our system. It's as simple as that. Okay, I'm going back to the PowerPoint now, and typical users of our platform are dispatchers and payroll people. Those are the two key functions. Whosoever perform that function in your district are the key users of our platform. It's not the routing team, it's not the maintenance team. Those are the two typical roles. And today, as I mentioned, they are majority dependent upon Excel sheets and Google Sheets to do their jobs. Obviously, on the management side, anybody, this information is always helpful. I think I have covered about this a little bit, but these are the payroll screens I didn't show you in the demo, where we can literally up to the minute accuracy. You can see everybody's hours by day, by job code, and any of that. This is one of the feedback. We have a customer here in Washington, which is a common customer to both Tyler and us. And obviously, this platform has been a game changer for them. Well, so what do you get, right? Basically, you retire the spreadsheets. You are managing your business versus waiting for the calls from the parents or from the schools. Your drivers are connected. You're able to pay them accurately. You're able to isolate why kids are getting late to the school. So this thing brings all together. All the investment you have done in the technology to put on the buses, the investment you have done on the powerful systems like Versatrans and Traversa, and the tablets and other solutions. By just including this as part of it, it completes the whole cycle for you. Okay, you can really, you don't have to, all the systems are interconnected. You don't have to go to different places to get different answers. Okay, I think this is just a representation of what I talked about throughout my demo. And basically, we did 2 or 3 case studies, which are actually with Tyler as well. And both times we got new names for this. One of the customers called it Command Center. Said this is our Command Central, that dispatch screen. That's how powerful it has been. We didn't come up with those names. Our customers did. Okay, with that, I think I am going to pass it back to Bill.
So GP, thank you for an excellent presentation. I think people got a great idea about some of the value that your solution can provide. You know, it's built using the onboard iPass integration. We've got unique keys so that we can tie information between Tyler as a vendor to a partner like Bytecurve and end user like a school district or a school bus contractor to provide secure access to information. I want to reiterate that onboard iPass works with both Versatrans RP and student transportation powered by Traversa. So no matter which of those platforms you're using, it works great. And we've got customers, Bytecurve has customers in both using both systems. And our solution works in both the United States and in Canada. So no matter where you are in those two regions, we can support you. I am always interested in learning about use cases that school districts, school bus contractors, partners might have for integration, and also interested in partners that we should be talking to about connecting using onboard iPass. You can see the contact information here on the screen. I think, Emily, I'm going to ask you if there's any questions came through from the audience. We can field questions for at this point.
I don't have any for you guys at this point, but we certainly will stay on the line for at least another few minutes if anyone wants to put their questions in that questions module and go to webinar. You can certainly put them in now, and if we don't get to them, then we can follow up with you afterwards. Actually, one just comes in, says, can contractor apps get tied into this API?
I think what the person is asking is individual apps and that are developed by a contractor or a school district? And the answer is yes. Be happy to talk to them about integrating unique. That's part of the power of Onboard. We can connect to all kinds of applications. A lot of our emphasis over the last couple of years has been working with partners like GP at Bytecurve, but we're starting to see school bus contractors and school districts have their own integrations that they have done, maybe to proprietary databases and so forth, and we have ways to connect to that as well. So yeah, be happy to talk to whoever that individual has that question later to get more details.
Okay, great. Last call for questions, folks. Like I said, we'll stay on for another couple minutes here, but thank you all for joining us today. This has been recorded, so if you want to come back and double check any of that information, you will get that recording emailed to you by the middle of next week. And thank you all for joining us today.
And GP, you're going to be at, as is Tyler, we're going to be at NAPT in a few weeks in Columbus, right?
Yes, we will be at NAPT with Tyler and separately as well on there. And also we will be at the TST conference in Dallas. So if you are attending one of those conferences, you want to know more about any one of our products, please come by our booth. We definitely do a lot of joint projects together with along with Tyler. So
Okay, great. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, GP. And I hope everyone has a great rest of your day.
All right. Thank you. All right. Bye, everyone.
bye.